Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Facebook family. This is Beneath Stewart coming live all the way from Tampa Bay, Florida. Absolutely loving the weather. As you guys can see, it's a beautiful 90 degrees today. First and foremost, I want to say a quick thank you for everybody that's been commenting, inboxing me, text messaging me. Guys, that totally inspires me to keep doing what I'm doing. So thank you so much for your support. I wanted to shoot a quick video and talk about something that I have noticed, okay? Change versus change. Let's talk about that. All of us have something that we want to change, but not really willing to change. Let that sink in for a second. There are things that we want to change. We want change, but we're not willing to change, okay? We all have problems, all of us, whether it's financial, whether it's not too many hours in the day. I always see that on Facebook. Whether we want to fire our boss, we hate our job, we want to retire our parents, we want a bigger house, we want to travel more, whatever the case may be. We all have something we want to change about our life. But very few of us actually are willing to change, willing to put forth the effort to find the solution, okay? Universe has a funny way of doing things. If we always focus on the problems, we'll never get the solution. And universe will keep sending us more and more problems. I'm sure you guys have heard of the metaphor, when it rains, it pours. That's how universe works. I, as an educator, always tell my students, guys, yes, there are going to be problems in our lives, but what are we going to do? How about we focus on the solution? What can we do to fix the problem? Okay, I had to evaluate my life and find out what my problems are. One of them being is I'm about to lose my job. That's a major problem. A corporation is going to shut down. So I had to find a solution that was out of the box for me. Okay, I had to find what works for me without having to put 15 hours and still be able to spend time with my family. So I had to find a business that works for me and not a corporation. I cannot have another corporation tell me how I'm going to run my life, when and where I'm going to see my family, how much time I'm going to spend with them, and when can they tell me that I'm no longer needed. So I had to do research and find the difference between linear and residual. Now this is your homework. As an instructor, I'm giving you some homework, and only a few of you will actually do it. Find out what is the difference between residual income and linear income, okay? And most of you will agree with me that actually do the research, that residual income is the income or the way to go. Out of, say, some of you that do look up, 99% will agree with me, and only 50% will actually look into it a little bit deeper. And past that 50%, only about 25% will actually do something about it, and only 10% of them will find a solution to their problems and move forward past the 7-day mark. Because, as you start something new, within the first 7 days is when you may have a downfall. And most people don't get up from their downfall, and they go back to their linear income. Okay, so that's one. Two, another question I have for you. So think about it. What is going to be the reason you retire? What is the reason you're going to retire? Most of you may have answered a number. By the way, in case you didn't know, I'm a little psychic too. So most of you answered an age, right? Some may have said 62, some may have said 68, some said 70, some said 75. Well, Social Security kicks in at 62 in the United States, which is only 0.5%. And at 75 is where you get your 100% Social Security, right? Now, I don't know a whole lot of people at 75 that are able to just move around and live their dreams. I don't even know how many people make it to that age. I hope they do. Okay? But think about it. Why is it that you had to think of an age? Why couldn't you think of an income? Right? Why couldn't that number be an income? Let that sink in too. Why is it that I'm going to retire based on age and not on income? Maybe if I started making more money, I could retire myself earlier than 62 or 70 or 75. Think about that. The gentleman I follow sometimes, Eric Thomas, great motivational speaker, one of the things he says is the wealthiest place on the face of earth is the graveyard. Because most people take their dreams, never fulfill them, and they die. That's where most people have their dreams. That's the wealthiest place on the face of earth. And I agree with him. So if you are going to die, die on E, guys. Make sure you live out each and every dream. Let not your age be the reason you retire. Let it be the income. Anyways, I hope I've touched somebody. If you think there's somebody who needs to hear this message, please pass it on. Comment below, inbox me, or send me a message. Let me know what you thought of the video. And very soon you'll be hearing back from me again. Have a wonderful rest of your beautiful Monday.